I'm back and I'm gonna do a makeup tutorial today. Most of this stuff that I'm gonna be using today I have not used at all. There are a couple of things I'll try to let you guys know what I have used and what I haven't. So I am gonna start off with a primer base, and I am gonna use my Elf poreless face primer. I have used this. I absolutely love this. If you see me looking up here, this is where my mirror is. So I do absolutely love this. I just use my fingers usually to apply my primer. And I kind of just dab and then rub it all in. So yeah, I am breaking out. I usually don't break out. If I break out, it's usually like right here or right up here. And for some reason, I'm breaking out in my T-zone. So that is not okay. I'm going to have to get a handle on that ASAP. Anyways, so now that I have that all rubbed in, I'm also going to go in with this Believe Beauty Pretty and Primed Color Correcting Primer. I have used this, but I've only used it once. And so I don't know how it's, I guess remember, but I am a little red in the cheek area, so I am just going to use that in the cheek area. Once again, I'm just going to dab it on and then rub in. It's a very oily primer, I will say. It kind of burns a little bit. I don't know if that's because I have a primer on already, but if anything, I'd say it's making my cheeks look more red than what they were, and a color correcting primer is not supposed to do that. So, I don't know how I feel about that. I guess we'll just have to see how it wears. So, the other product I'm going to be using is my Believe Beauty foundation. I have used this. I love this foundation. I think it's very, very good quality for the price. So what I like to do is I like to take my sponge. This is the Real Techniques sponge. As you can see, I've gotten a lot of use out of it. I love this sponge so much. I'm just going to put 1.5 pumps on my sponge. That usually does pretty good for me. And I just dab it all kind of basically like that. And I'm going to take it and I'm just going to start blending this out. I like to use my sponge to blend it out. I guess I never really liked using a brush, but I think that could have just been I wasn't using the right brush. It was like a Wet n Wild brush, so it was like kind of cheaper. I haven't tried a higher end one. So I've always just enjoyed using my my sponge, and it gets the job done for me. So I think that's what I'll probably just continue to use for a while. But I just like to blend that all out. And come up and blend my forehead out. I don't know about some of you. I like to run it across my eyelids. Some people don't. Some people would rather use a primer. I personally don't like using eyelid primers. I have not had good luck with them. I'm sure if I actually spent the money and got a really higher end one, then I could probably enjoy it, but I've not had very good luck with them. So I just don't use eyeshadow primers. I would rather fill my eyes in with foundation. That being said, I don't really suffer from a lot of veins in my eyelids, which is nice. So I really don't have to worry about it. But I'm really enjoying how that evened out. So now I'm going to use my Rimmel London Stay Matte Concealer in the shade, I don't see my shade. Well, it's just the lightest shade that it has. I don't know why there's not a shade range on it, but I'm going to apply this for under my eyes. This is the lightest concealer I have, and it does look a little pink for my skin tone, but I have used this before, and it actually doesn't seem to bother my eyes at all. I'm now going to go in with the Elf HD Lifting Concealer, and I have not used this before, so this is my first impression. I like the applicator. I think it's really nice. I'm going to go ahead and go on my blemishes with this one, and on my chin. And now I'm thinking I also want to go in with my Rimmel and brighten up the center of my forehead. So I'm just going to do like a, kind of like a W, and I filled in the center part. So yeah. And then after that, I like to take my sponge again. I always go over the lighter shade first, and I like to take this flat part to really get in, and I'm just really gonna kind of shape up this area. I really love how this concealer blends out. I think it blends out beautifully, and it's not like really sticky, and I really appreciate that. So do the same here. I like using the flat edge on this one because I can kind of make my shape how I want it, and I can also get here in my eyes, and it goes very easy. Now I'm going to blend this out. Everything I'm doing here are kind of like just techniques that I have seen other people do, so they aren't my own techniques, but like I said, I've never really been into makeup very much, but these are just techniques that I've seen, and so these are techniques that I'm gonna try. So I do have this NYX Dark Circle Concealer Corrector. I don't exactly know how to use this, so I'm just gonna wing it and hope I'm not doing it wrong. I do want to use it on my under eyes for my dark circles, but I'm just so worried that it's gonna be way too dark. But we're just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna use my finger to apply it. I'm just gonna warm it up in the pan. Oof, that's very dark. I mean, it's pretty dark, but I don't know that it's that bad. I'm just going to go with that. I don't want to apply too much because it is very dark for my skin tone. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to blend it. I guess I'm going to say it's not as dark as I thought and as it first started going on. But so far I'm enjoying the products that I have tried. I really like that the Elf concealer. I think that did very good. I can still kind of see my blemishes, but that has never been something that has bothered me. I kind of take my beauty, or I take my blemishes as beauty, so I just figure that I can't waste the time that I have of my life to worry about if I have a pimple on my face and who's going to judge me for it. So the next thing I'm going to use is my Elf translucent powder. I love this powder. It has a lot of fallout. Oof. So now I'm going to just take my same sponge, and I'm just going to make sure that my under eyes are how I want it, and I am going to bake my under eyes. I just kind of dip in like this, and I'm just going to put it on. This doesn't seem to bake as well as my my other powders do. Oh, there we go. I guess I just didn't have enough product on it. So I'm just going to do that. And hope for the best. Okay, so I'm just going to let that set for a little bit. And then I do have some Physician Formula products that I've never tried. So here's the Physician's Formula Organic Wear Sculpting Bronzer in the shade I guess I don't know what shade it is. Anyways, I guess it doesn't matter because it doesn't want me to know. I think it's just the lightest shade. So I've seen people warm this up on the back of their hand, so that's what I'm gonna do. Just gonna warm this up. And then take my sponge. I'm gonna flip it over and use the side I don't have powder on. I'm gonna scoop it up and apply. So far I'm liking that. It is definitely going on very light. I don't know if you can see. I don't know. Someone tell me. Am I doing it? Am I applying it wrong? Because I definitely don't see anything on my face. And I know that's how most people do it, and I'm not seeing that. So, I don't know. I'm not going to continue to worry about that right now because I need to play around with it. But, yeah. So, I guess I'm going to go to my plan B and use my new Milani one. But first, I'm going to take this fluffy brush. It's the brush number 1 by BH Cosmetics. I'm just going to wipe away my powder. I don't know about you guys, I am one that likes to set my whole face with powder at the end. I really don't like my foundation to rub off. I've always been that way. So you both see I am at the end of doing my face. I am going to set my whole face. So I'm going to go in with my new Milani Intense Bronze Glow. This is a face and body bronzer. I am not going to bronze my body because I have a little tunic on. Or a little hoodie, but I am going to use it for my face. I'm very excited to use this. This is a new product, and I've heard great things about it. So I'm just going to go in with the same fluffy brush, the number 1, and I'm just going to circle it in the pan, try to get that, and I'm going to go straight in to my forehead. So far I am seeing a difference. I really do enjoy that. I think that's pretty. It's definitely bronzing up my face nice. I don't know if you guys can tell. Right up in here and here is where I've done it. I do like a nice bronze look, but I don't like it to be too bronze. So I am enjoying how that's deepening up my face just a hair. That is a very pretty bronzer, and I am very happy with the results on that. Yeah, I definitely love how that darkened my face up just enough. It's like a nice sun-kissed glow. Very, very pretty. I'm very happy with that. I have I don't know if you guys can tell, like a intense line right there where I don't on this side, but I think it'll be okay. So, anyways, now I'm going to go in with, let's see. I think I'm going to be done with the powder. Actually, I'm enjoying how this foundation is wearing, and I'm just going to save my powder, and if I decide later that I want more, I will go back into it. So, anyways, I think I'm going to go ahead and do blush. So I'm going to try my new Mary Kay blushes. These are just little sample sizes. I have Apricot Breeze and Just Peachy. And I'm thinking I want to do like a nice summery look. So I think I'm going to go in with Apricot Breeze first and see how I like that. I'm going to go in with my, this is the, is it Moda Pro Buffer? I really like this to stamp blush on my face because I think it really does a nice job of picking pigment up and applying it where I like it. I have not used these blushes before, so this is my first time. So far, I think it's looking very pretty. I'm very happy with that so far. Oh yeah, I'm loving this color. I think this is a very pretty color. So I'm gonna leave it at that for right now. And the reason I say that is because I want to do my eyes before I decide if I want to go darker on my blush or not. So I do have brand new palettes from Milani. I've been so excited to try these out. And I'm going to show you the one I think I'm going to go into first. I think it's going to be the Milani, I think it's Jaded Violet, or Gladded Violet, that's what it is. So I'm very excited to try these out. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn my brushes around so I have my eyeshadow brushes. So I'm going to go in with this brush. It's my BH Cosmetics 6 brush. I think I'm going to take Heavy Petal right here. Sorry if I'm blinding you guys. Right off the bat, they're very powdery, but I don't think that's going to be a problem for me. I'm just going to go in. Oh yeah, that's very pretty. I'm just going to run that kind of in a circular motion, more on the bone right here, and just kind of letting it take its course. It's very darkening up, and I think that's also because I had product on this brush before I started, so it's kind of making me sad that I can't see the true product. But it's not going to stop me from creating the look that I like. I like to try to get as much product on or off at the end before I work it towards the center. That's just personally me. I don't know, I'm kind of making like this halo effect. I don't know if you can see it. I'm not trying to make the halo effect, but it always seems to happen that way. And I think it gives me a nice transition so I can add more colors to my lid. I'm extremely happy with this color, and even though they are powdery colors and powdery formula, they blend extremely nice and extremely smooth, and I'm overall very happy with how they are turning out. So now I'm done with that brush, and I'm gonna go in with this brush. This is one of my favorite brushes. I got this in an Ipsy bag and I love it. It's the Luxie 237 blending brush. I'm going to take this and I'm going to go in with Kiss Kiss. I'm just going to kind of tap in there, tap it off. And I'm going to go in the crease a little bit more. I'm going to work this in my crease. I like these blending brushes to get into my crease because I like how they kind of just do their own thing and they aren't making harsh lines. I think they really do a great job at blending out. So I also, as I went into my crease, wanted to deepen up my transition. So I'm really enjoying how that turned out. I am extremely happy with this palette. I love Milani products. I've never had any thing bad to say about Milani, and I still don't. I think their palettes are extremely nice, and like I said, I have nothing bad to say about them. I would recommend them. Definitely so. I like to bring color up to my eyes. I feel like I have very small eyes, so I like that color, or up to my eyebrows, sorry. So I like that color up there because it's definitely going to give off like a vibrant effect. I think that's beautiful. Okay, so now I'm excited to do something with my lid. I am gonna see what is in this other Milani palette. This is in the Glided Jade. And I want to see what colors I can add with this. So already I'm very intrigued to try Mint Julep. I love mint colors. I want to try it. I want to see what it's gonna look like included with this pink. So I'm going to go in with my BH Cosmetics 6 again. I'm going to take the brush and like kind of dust it off on my wrist. Seems for the most part dusted off, and I'm going to dip into Mint Julep. And then really focus it on my lid in the inner corner. So I'm actually not seeing any payoff at all, which makes me sad. I wonder if the color just is too light for this. Like on this eye, I kind of see where it is, but it's not picking up the mint color. That's making me very sad. But I think personally, I think the color is just too light for the pink that I have going on. So I'm not gonna blame it. I'm gonna just push this moment aside, and I'm gonna come back to it at a later time, and I'm gonna try it then and see just what's going on. So I think I'm gonna take my BH Cosmetics 7 eye brush, and I think I'm gonna go in with Glided. It's kind of like a goldy pink, or a goldy yellow shade, and I just have it on my brush, and I'm just gonna take it and press it in. Yeah, I'm loving the look this is giving off. And I'm just taking it and pressing this gold shade all over my eyelid and taking it up and letting it follow in with my crease. And then I will obviously take it later and I will blend it back in with that pink. So far, I think these shadows are very beautiful. I think they go very beautiful together. If you don't have both palettes, you can make both work, but they are very beautiful. And I'm very happy with these. So I think that's all I'm going to do for that yellow shade for now. And I'm going to take my Luxie brush again. I'm not going to add any more. I'm just going to go through and just clean up my transition shade a little bit. Okay, so I think I'm done with this palette. I'm going to go back in with my Glided Violet again. And I think I'm going to go in with, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I have not made up my mind. I apologize for that. So I'm actually, I definitely don't know what I want to do. That could be a problem. But I think I know what I want to do. I think I'm going to go in with, I think I want to go in with the Envy of. I am going to go back to my Jade palette. I'm going to go in with this shade, the Envy of. And I'm just going to use my finger and I'm going to apply that right, like, kind of in the corner and bring it up just a hair. And actually, the more I do that, I want to bring it further onto my lid. I like using my finger to blend out shades like this because I feel like it helps give it a better pop of color, and I feel like it also allows me to place it where I want it and not let it get out of control on a brush. I'm going to bring this just on my bone just a little bit and just tap it. So that's where that is. And I think I'm done with my eyes. I think I've done enough for now. And I'm going to go back in once again with my Luxie brush and kind of clean up just a hair. So I'm really enjoying this look. And it tells me what I want to do with my blush now. I do want to kind of go in a little bit deeper on the blush. So I'm going to use my other shade from my Mary Kay, which is just Peachy. And I'm going to go in and see how that is going to do. I'm once again using the same buffer that I was. Oh yeah, I like how that deepened up a hair. That's very pretty. I'm enjoying that a lot. So I'm done with blush. And I do have a highlighter from Milani that I want to try out. So we're going to see